Al Horford will return, Wiggy.
Yep.
One more run at it for Big Al at the age of 38. And so really, you are set up for a repeat. I mean, you got everybody locked and loaded. I mean, I know you have your issues when it comes to, or many of us do, I guess, to the viability of Kristaps Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, you got this same team going back at it again.
Right.
And with the benefit of having won, so maybe a little less pressure.
And the golden nugget that I got yesterday, it was yesterday we talked to Wick, right? The golden nugget that I got, and I could see the transition now to a whole nother level, was the Jason Tatum having so much pressure that he was putting on himself. And even Wick felt like he put so much pressure on himself that maybe that affected his shooting a little bit. And now that pressure's off of winning the first one, I think he takes his game to another level. And now he knows when he gets there, he no longer has that pressure like of what people are saying.
I have that cut if you'd like to hear it.
Sure, love to.
Yeah, I think it just relieves a huge burden that he might have felt. You know, he is so good. He's top 5 in the NBA. He's, first team all NBA again this year. And that is a pressure or an expectation. And we're trying to block those out and just play basketball and all that. And he did brilliantly when he's rebounding and assisting and doing all the things he did throughout, the 4 wins in this series. That's magical basketball. It's winning basketball, right? But he started making some shots last night. That was nice to see. I just think it just takes a lot of. I think he can fly higher now that he's got it. Got this championship, but I don't know how much higher you can fly than being NBA champs.
I mean, honestly, I'm biased, but is there a better owner?
No.
When it comes to a sports franchise, certainly in this city currently right now, there isn't. And elsewhere.
Was this the only show he went on yesterday?
I think so. I didn't hear.
That is
yeah,
wild.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. That he checked in yesterday, and
I think you guys are fine now because he made sure to say that you guys are friends, which is great.
Yes, he did.
But I think the best part about this team is that even though there was all that pressure, especially when it comes to Tatum and the disrespect he had nationally, they seemed like they were having fun out there. So now you can remove that pressure, and as long as they keep that same mentality, that same philosophy, and I think that's Joe Mazzulla behind it, as the puppet master, then they're going to go on to win countless more. Like
countless.
If you have this same
not one, two,
three. If you have this same nucleus, Curtis, they're only going to get better, right?
That's what I think.
I mean, this year you had Porzingis healthy in key spots.
Mm-hmm.
Horford's going to be a year older.
Right.
Derek White has to be brought back. There's question. I mean, it's tough. There's a reason. It's hard to win a bunch in a row, but no teams. You're right. No team's been better set up for it.
But when it comes to bringing Derek White back, money is clearly not an issue. So I think the max he could get is 123. But Wick is willing to spend it.
Right.
That's why the guy is the best. He's willing to spend
on everybody but Wiggy. Wiggy wanted to go to Miami, and he wouldn't.
That's all right.
Well, we got to get into that.
Yeah,
Wiggy's pissed at Boston.
We'll get into that. But similar to the owner in Golden State, that's what he did. He said, "Okay, I got the 2 superstars and Clay and Steph, and what I'll do is I'll add around that, and I'll continue to add around that." When you look at the first championship that they won, remember Andre Iguodala was the MVP of that final series. If you're the Celtics and Wick knows he got Tatum and Brown, and then you got Drew Holiday, now you could start adding those pieces and those veterans that might want, and I'm not saying a KD specifically, but a KD-like player. Let's say Giannis is a little bit disgruntled, which it seems like he could be in another 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whoever that player is and goes, Wick goes, we're willing to pay him to come here. So now you have that potential to bring in those type of superstar caliber players to add with Brown.
They'll want to play here.
Yes.
Because of the ring opportunity.
Paul George is a guy, you look at a guy like Paul George, looking for a ring, superstar caliber player. Wick won't have a problem paying that type of player because we can't count on Porzingis for next year. Mm-hmm. And you're going to need, we talked about this yesterday, you're going to need that next guy that can give you what Porzingis gave you this year, which is averaging 20+.
Right.
Who is that guy that you get? Because Al will probably become a bench guy and somebody that will come in sparingly, as during the regular season, and then he'll play in the playoffs.
And you got Brad Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
And he is locked down, seems to love this role. Wick spoke a little bit about him when he called the show yesterday.
I've just been texting with Danny last night and this morning, including about 5 minutes ago, and going back and forth. But my words to him are thank you for putting this foundation in place, and and for 2008 as well. But you had a lot to do with 2024, man, and that's exactly how I feel. And as far as Brad, I got hold of the game ball after the game, and I'm thinking, who am I giving this to? I'm not keeping it, right? And I'm like, it's Brad Stevens. So I gave it to Brad up on the podium and said, this is for you. And you're not re-gifting it to anybody else. This is your game ball. And he clutched that thing like, Herschel Walker or something. So he's like, I don't think anyone's really ever done that for him before. He's always a giver to everybody else. And he's got the game ball now from the NBA championship.
Can I just say one thing about the Celtics and the approach of Wick? It brings me back, like most things do, to Brady and the speech he had a week ago where he said there are no shortcuts. And how that, you just need to be consistently dedicated to a craft. You don't have to be special to win or to be great.
Yeah.
I look at the Celtics approach, which is always trying to get better, always trying to improve, not tolerating. Because the Celtics, if they didn't bring in Drew Holiday, if they didn't bring in Porzingis, would have been a 4 or 5 seed in the East. Mm-hmm. They'd be a playoff team like the Bruins are every year, and they'd probably get eliminated in the second round. But it would be a profitable endeavor for Wyc Grousbeck. You look at the Red Sox, they're trying to just slow play it, and if a championship results from their behavior, then fine. If not, at least we're making money. And the lack of a shortcut and the dedicated approach of the Celtics has never been more sharply contrasted with the Red Sox, and how you have this example right here, and you're choosing to just slow play it because you're too afraid to lose money.
Well, yeah, I think John Henry would probably be okay and happy with this being a wild card team or a playoff team. And Wick is not happy with that. Certainly wasn't happy after last season.
And he wants multiple championships.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he knows what he has to do to get it.
But we talked about that a little bit yesterday, I think at the start, where he had said when he bought this franchise and was getting others to invest with him that it wouldn't be about making money, it would be about getting paid by parades, I believe was the quote. We will be paid in parades. Am I right about that, Wyc Grousbeck?
I did. I realized I was kind of going out there and calling a shot. It was multiple parades, too. It was more than one, apparently.
Congratulations.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, but that's the kind of guy you want.
Yep.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get to my gripe?
Yeah, what's your issue with Boston?
All right, so my issue is with the city of Boston.
Good. We don't need people here.
No. My issue is this. You just won a chip for your Celtics, and prior to the parade, they are going to Miami on a beautiful week. The weather might be a little bit hot, but guess what? It's probably pretty hot in Miami right now. We got beaches. Great beaches all over the place. My issues with the city of Boston, that our beloved Celtics team jumped on a plane and got the hell out of Boston to celebrate. You could easily take a yacht into the harbor if you really want to be on a yacht.
I agree with you on this.
It sucks.
And it's because of our lack of nightlife entertainment.
Preach.
And our lack of shutting down places early. No hookah lounges. Clearly no.
I don't think they're going to Miami for the hookah lounges.
No, but these are things that guys want.
No, you're saying we don't have clubs that are open till 4 a.m.
Clubs, hookah lounges, because not everybody wants to go to a club. And a lot of people, Courtney, love to go to a hookah lounge.
And you did see Jaylen Brown at a hookah lounge once.
Yeah.
And whispered to you.
And so there's one in Everett. It's calmer.
Yeah.
Good. But we don't have anything in Boston. Forget about the strip clubs.
Yeah.
Miami, they basically destroy us.
It's kind of disappointing. When the Bruins won it in 2011, they stayed around for 3 or 4 days afterwards, and they brought that cup everywhere.